everybody, thanks a lot for tuning in. Want to tell you a little bit about the motivation behind this video. Always like to give you a little bit of backstory. And first off, spring bloom. I mean, who doesn't want that fresh spring-like makeup look? Very easy to execute. I wouldn't say there's one particular star of the show with this look, like a really bold eye or a crazy lip. You know, it's really about everything in the face working in harmony. Also, I do really enjoy watching, you know, some of those very intricate, detailed looks. I know I've done plenty of those in the past. That's probably been most of what I've done, but I'm realizing how much I also enjoy watching people just do a real free and easy makeup application. Nothing's really too precise and overdone, and it's all just kind of quickly slapped together. And it's fun to watch makeup like that because I think that is the circumstance many of us are in a lot of times. Sometimes it's really nice to be able to sit down and slave over the details. Other times it just needs to be thrown together. And fortunately for this kind of effortless look, I think that vibe really works. This is also going to be an uncut makeup tutorial. In other words, no edits. It's just going to be straight through, nothing left out. You will see everything. And one more comment before we get going. I did kind of road test this look yesterday, and I was really personally pleased with the staying power of just all the makeup on the face. It looked really great at day's end, actually. It was much better than I was expecting. And even Tyler, I mean, I'll give him credit. He's a pretty perceptive guy, but I was sitting in my chair nursing Belle, and he looked over and he said, "You look really pretty." That was just a really nice out of the blue comment. So here we go. Let's get started with the uncut tutorial. I'm using my Dream Pure BB from Maybelline. This has a 2% salicylic acne treatment in it, and I have it in the light to medium shade. This was something I actually bought while I was pregnant with Belle and never ended up using it because I'm like, oh, it has the salicylic acne treatment. I want to steer clear of that stuff while I'm pregnant, but now it's game on for that kind of stuff. So I'm just spreading this all over with my fingers. I actually kind of think this version of the Maybelline BB has a little more coverage than the one in like the pink and white tube. Anybody else notice that? And I just really like spreading it on with my fingers. I think it melts it into the skin better. It looks less like it's just sitting on top of the skin. So that's what I'm doing here. Under the eyes a bit. And yeah, I was just really kind of shocked at how well this lasted yesterday, considering I was outside like multiple times during the day. We went for walks, we went for an evening walk. It was just really great. So there's that on. Then I'm gonna just do a little bit of correcting with my Benefit Erase Paste. Oops, didn't get that quite blended there. And I'm gonna take this around my eye area first off, and I'm looking down into a little mirror here, so. Sometimes I pick up this mirror during tutorials and I mistakenly like hold it right in front of my face. It's like I forget, oh, there's a camera trying to get that shot. So again, I'm just blending this with my finger, just trying to correct, you know, any of the darkness that's there. And it is early right now. I'm shooting this at 6 in the morning. Somebody was quite the early bird for their morning nurse. So there we go, just pat, pat, pat. Melasma is, you know, I can sense that there's maybe just a teeny bit of it still lingering, but for the most part, I mean, compared to what I was dealing with during the pregnancy, that's pretty much a non-issue these days, so that's nice. Make sure that's all patted in. This tends to have a little bit of a dewiness to it, this particular concealer, but we'll take care of that. And I'm just using a little bit of it right around my nose. I don't normally use this concealer there, but I'm trying to kind of minimize products, minimize fuss with this tutorial, so just dab it on in, okay? Then we're gonna do a little brightening step. Love this Age Rewind brightener it's the Age Rewind eraser in brightener. So it's a little bit of a pinky toned brightening product, and I'm gonna take this straight down the nose. Okay, I need to get a little more product out of there. Take a little bit on top of the cheeks. I just realized I hope I don't have a camera malfunction or anything that causes this to break up the tutorial, because if I'm doing it uncut, right, I don't want to have to stop and start again. But this is a little double-ended brush from Tarte that came with a concealer, I don't know, a year or so ago I got it. I think it might have been the creaseless concealer, and it's really awesome actually. It's got one end that's a little more fluffy, that's what I'm using now. You could blend this concealer in with fingers, but I kind of like how this maintains a little bit more of the coverage. So I'm just dabbing around like that. Not using a particular powder for this look. This was another reason why it fascinated me, how great the staying power was, because I didn't go like crazy with fully mattifying my whole face, but I did use, you know, a little bit of a powder in key areas. One thing that I'm using is this Wet n Wild contouring palette. Full review on the Express channel. This is the Caramel Toffee shade. Going in with my e.l.f. This is the small tapered brush. Getting a little bit of that on there, and that lightest shade, I tell you, really nice little under eye setting product. See how that totally mattified that area, but it's not too heavy. I'm using very little of this product here. So just dab-dab-a-roo right around here. Bingo. Might use that same brush. Take a little bit of this down the nose. A little bit on the chin. And then I want to use a little bit of this as a contour, right? Might as well. Where was the brush I used? I'm gonna use this little guy. This is a small contour brush from Sigma. Came from some sort of travel kit a while back, and I just kind of found it. And it really is kind of nice here. Hollows of the cheeks. I also love the Real Techniques contour brush. But this is kind of nice to do the product lay down and the blending all in one. So just blend that out. Really love the cool tone nature of this powder. As I mentioned in the review, I mean, it's just a great deal. It's like a $4 product. Found it at Walmart. I think it's exclusive to Walmart. And in some Walmarts, there are 2 shade options. In my store, there was just the one. So, you know, I'm not doing like super chiseled face or anything here, but just getting a little bit of depth. I'm gonna go under just a touch. And I'm gonna take this a little bit around the hairline as well. I mean, for a subtle contour, this is pigmented, but it's not too loud, you know, it's working for me for this springtime lighter look. Okay, there's that. So now I'm gonna set that product aside because we are gonna be pulling it out again for the eye look, but for now, doing a little bit of blush. And it's really cool. We got a couple multitasking things here. This is gonna be contouring and part of the eyes, and this is going to be cheek and lip here in this MAC Trend Forecast Spring 15 Lip and Cheek. This was shown in my haul, using my little e.l.f. small stipple brush, and for the cheeks, I'm gonna do mostly this shade right here. Okay, so dabbing, and then boom, one little shot, maybe 2, of that reddish shade. So this can come on a little bit strong. You might want to dab off on your hand for a second. But I'm just going to dab this here on the outer part of the apple of my cheek. It's going to work in perfect harmony with the lip once we get that on. Need a little bit more. There we go. So pretty. I mean, dewy gorgeousness. Sometimes when I put my blush on, I feel like that's the moment where I feel like, okay, the face has life again, especially this early in the morning. And this small stipple brush, you know, we're putting it on, but we're not really taking away what's underneath. I think this small stipple brush is just a complete MVP in my collection for sure, so. Just blending that out a bit. As you can see, I'm apple of the cheek, but I'm also just lifting it a bit. Right up in there. Okay. I think that's adequate, right? I think that's looking good. Then I'm gonna take a little bit of my Becca Shimmering Skin Perfector. This is in the shade Opal, and normally I might, you know, do a little bit of this on my hand, pick it up with the brush, or if you're in a hurry, just dab it straight for the cheeks. I'm gonna do like 3 little dots there. One right here, boom, and boom. And then take my brush and just blend right over the top of where you put that blush, and look at the glow. Yummy. I'm sorry, but that's a tasty glow right there. Oh. You know, I love getting excited about the makeup looks. It's great when products give me something to get excited about. Now, when there gets to be a hair stuck in your highlight, that's when you've got an issue. Okay, there we go with that. I'm using a lot of this my little viewfinder here as my mirror also, my secondary mirror, so please excuse all the looking I'm doing in that general direction. But that's basically skin. Dang it, okay, this is gonna be cut, at least in one spot, because my memory card had a little freak out there, told me it was getting low, so I had to delete some things off of there. But anyway, moving on. Nice spot to move on because we're moving on to brows. This is my NYX Taman frame, and this is brunette. So I like to use this with my little angled brush from Sigma E75, just dip into this. And this tutorial, by the way, would probably go a lot faster if I wasn't talking throughout the entire thing. But, you know, what's a video if there's no talking? So I just kind of start down low on the brow, filling that in, taking off rogue brush hairs that are sticking to my forehead. And this is kind of like the tedious process. I guess if any part of this look is tedious, it would be filling in the brows, just because, you know, you've got to be a little bit careful with this. And I'm not doing tons of filling in. I'm by no means like coating my whole brow. I mean, there is existing hair in my brows, but I'm just kind of evening, perfecting a bit. Wait, no, I'm not perfecting. My brows are not perfect, but you know what I'm saying. And then I'm going to take just this little brush and kind of help that product through in a couple places. I'm not going to use any finishing gel because I feel like this product does kind of set the brows in place. A little more on the other side. So easy. I love the texture of this product too. Not too goopy, just nice and light. Getting another little notification here on my screen from my memory card. What the what? Okay. Let's just get the brows done. Brows under pressure. If you only knew how many times stuff like that happened during my regular all edited up videos, you would be surprised. Moving on to the eyes now, outside of the brow. I'm using this Bare Minerals 5-in-1 BB Advanced Performance Eyeshadow in Soft Linen. I used this and this alone in the eye look yesterday and was really, really loving the staying power with it. So I'm using that again today and just giving a little dab on top of each lid. This is so simple. I mean, this is a crazy simple eye look, but it really seems to work with what's happening here because I want light on the lids. I want that lightness there because I'm doing an eyeliner-free look and the lightness makes the lashes stand out that much more, you know? It's like giving it a light backdrop as opposed to something dark and smoky. So just dabbing right all over the lid. So you got that lightness there. Then I'm taking an E25 brush and we're going to our lovely little contour highlight palette from Wet n Wild. Love when things can multitask. Go into your contour shade and then this is going to be, guess what, the crease. Yes. So just going right into, you know, that deepest part of the crease, going back and forth, and then just, you know, pull the shade upward as far as you feel comfortable. Further up you go, you know, the more you'll kind of see that color just peeking out above the eye. And this is so easy, so simple. Same thing over here, just getting it in the deepest part of the crease and then just up above. Beauty of this uncut for the most part video is that you can really see how long I'm taking with this, and it's not very long at all. And then I'm just going to take this blending brush, just a dab of the highlight, and that's what's going to go right under the brow and border the light brown. And then a pencil brush going into the contour, boom, boom, boom. And this is just going to be a very soft, about as soft as it gets, definition on the lower lash line. May need to go back and forth, building up a little bit. Did I mention I've barely had any of my coffee yet? Sitting over here at my elbow, I might need to take a sip. But yeah, I really love this this shade. This shade that works great in the cheekbones, works great around the eye area for natural definition. And then I got this new product also from Wet n Wild. It is this big old nude pencil. You can always count on Wet n Wild to give you some giant pencils, but what is the shade on this? It's called Calling Your Buff. And this is what I'm putting here on my lower inner rim to brighten up a little bit. And this product, I swear, it really needs to be warmed up a little bit, like practically just warmed up a hair between your fingers, because it's not a pencil that transfers super easily. So once I put a little on there, then I warm it up and go back, and then it really like clings to what was first on there, first applied. Dab over any little creasing concealer. Concealer's just gonna do that. But anywho, back to business here. Sorry, I can't see. Brightening up that inner rim. And then comes the mascara. So I'm taking my curler. This curler is from Tarte, by the way. It was a holiday thing, and I just really love it. It's the same basic curler that Tarte always has, but it's just got fancy pearls on it. I feel real snazzy anytime I pull this out. But I curl my lashes for a good, I don't know, it probably ends up being about 20-25 seconds on each side, kind of holding it in a tipped up way, trying to get the most curl out of my straight lashes that I can. And then I happen to be using my What's Your Type mascara from the Balm. It just says What's Your Type black mascara. So I really like the brush on this. It's got quite a few bristles, but they're pretty short, pretty easy to maneuver, you know? So even though I'm trying to go fast and loose, I gotta be careful and not touch my eyelid with this stuff. I'm bad about that. I feel like every day for the past couple weeks I've had to pull in a Q-tip, so it'll be a personal victory if I don't have to do that today. So see how nicely this builds things up? I'm gonna take some of my hairs out of it. I know that really thickens up my lashes, you know, when some of my hair from my head mixes in, but not the look I'm going for. So, okay. Got that going on. Now we do other eye. Bada bing. And now we just have some time to talk. Here's where you take your sip of coffee. Uh-oh. Wait. Will this work? Hold on. You see this? That's like that complicated, you know, thing you do at weddings where you interlock arms and give each other a drink of champagne. Or no, you're giving yourself a drink of champagne, but you're, I don't know, weaseling your way through the other's arms. It's, I don't know. I got a picture of that happening from my wedding. It looks complicated, but it made for a pretty picture. Okay. Where's my mascara? Right here. And yeah, I don't want to do really a huge lash look here because we're just keeping it kind of free and natural. But I'm definitely showing off some of the length because we've got that nice white, well, not really stark white, but kind of just cream on the lids behind. And then I'm gonna do just a little bit on the lower lashes with this. The old classic CoverGirl Plump Crusher water resistant. One of the only things I trust down here. Just a light amount. Just to kind of even out the look we're getting from top lash line to bottom lash line. So just apply that. That's about all the amount of time I ever take doing that step. And then for lips, we're going back to the MAC palette, and I am gonna use mainly this shade down here, a really rosy, reddish type color. I just think it's the cherry on top of this look. So, oops, I got a little something not perfectly blended around the brow here, and also around the lips. Sorry. Fix that. But just dabbing it on with the fingers, you know, It gives it a really kind of pillowy, soft look as opposed to the super, super defined, you know, lip liner look. But this palette has been so much fun, honestly. The shades in here, and even the lighter shades. I think in my haul I talked about how, well, some of the lighter shades don't show up a whole lot, but they actually make fantastic mixers to kind of lighten up or shine up some of the others. Sorry. Gotta be a little careful on these outer parts. Boom. Gonna add a little more here to the top. So rosy. Love. Okay. Whoa! Hello! Good morning, camera. Thank you for playing today. Okay. So, as I look at this look, a little finishing touch I might do would be to maybe just take a little bit of this light shade again. Kind of dab it right up in here. I don't know if I even took this shade up in this area initially. I'm gonna revisit that. Okay. And then my hair, you guys, I used these things called, I think they're called Wrap Snap and Go, or just Snap and Go maybe. And I used them overnight to get some curl in my hair because I rarely feel like there's a lot of time to do that. And then I've got some decent, you know, body happening here, and you could really style it up, you know, whatever manner you please. You could put it up. Yesterday I had my hair up actually, and I thought it gave a really I don't know, a very fresh look to the whole shebang. But this was just easy to throw together, simple, fun. I used, I think, for me anyway, pretty minimal products, and it's just, you know, a really fresh, springy look. It gets you out the door, gets you out enjoying, you know, the pretty spring weather, beautiful nature, just a lot of fun. So thank you guys for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I enjoyed doing it for you, and I will see you next time. Bye.